Hi everybody and welcome back to LL Sports TV. I'm your host Laurie. I'm here with my niece. Whatever. Start again.
Oh, dead.
See what you done to me.
Anyways,
my niece.
Yeah.
I keep doing that, man.
Welcome to the channel, guys. We're back. We're live.
No, we're not starting again.
No, we're live. Anyways.
What a start. What a start. My niece.
You okay though?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit disoriented. It's been a busy weekend, a long weekend.
Yeah.
First, we had the Arsenal versus Forest game. Excellent performance. Then I had the boxing. Brilliant performance by Terence Crawford. Absolutely schooled Canelo.
Yeah, he was really good. I watched it actually.
Created history, becoming the first boxer in the four-belt era to win 3 undisputed championships. Then, unfortunately, the next morning, I got the extremely sad news about Ricky Hatton, which is still kind of messing me up a little bit, man. I'm still coming to terms with that. The passing of Ricky Hatton, who is without doubt a British boxing legend. I would argue a British sporting legend. And, but anyway.
Yeah, no, it was incredibly sad, and obviously condolences to his family.
100%.
You saw that even the Manchester City players and Pep were very emotional themselves because you're a massive Manchester City fan. So yeah, it's a very sad day for just the UK in general. Sporting public as a whole, because I've seen tributes coming in from all over the world for Ricky Hatton. He was that bigger figure. I mean, it's not often you get like boxers who sort of transgress different sports, but Ricky Hatton did. He was not only a boxing legend, like I said, but a British sporting legend. And yeah, it's a real shame what's happened. He's only 46 years old. I know, man.
He was a grandfather. Young, So yeah, very, very sad news, man. And it's been difficult to try and get it out of my mind. Because I've actually met Ricky Hatton a few times. In fact, believe it or not, Kenya, I actually did a bit of security for Ricky Hatton once.
Wow.
I was a security detail at a club, a bar that your brother your dad co-owned along with Coogan Cassius from IFL TV. Yeah. Shout out to Coogan. Yeah, they had a business interest in a bar some years back, and Coogan invited Ricky Hatton down to be the guest of honour on one night, and I was one of a few guys, it's security detail for the night. So obviously I got to meet and talk to him, and very personable man, very nice man. And so what's happened to him has been incredibly sad.
Yeah, very sad.
But hey, man, but let's talk about football. The Champions League is back, Kenya.
Yeah, man.
The Champions League is back. Yeah, I am. We had the draw a few weeks ago, and now here we are, match day 1, as far as the Champions League is concerned. Athletic versus Arsenal. Now, it's a team that we're familiar with. We played them a couple of times in pre-season over the years. And let's be honest, we did quite well against them.
Yeah, we did. We played very well. We won that 3-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played very well. I remember kind of leaving that game like, wow, this is the Nico Williams that Arsenal, Bayern, Chelsea, so many, Barcelona, all were chasing down. I wasn't very impressed, to be honest, but
it wasn't his best moment.
Yeah, it wasn't his best moment, but it is pre-season.
Yeah,
but obviously now they're in the Champions League. They had a really good season last season. They reached the semi-finals of the Europa League, but were ultimately mashed up by Manchester United.
That's hard to fathom, though.
I know, it's
given
crazy.
What's happening to Man United
it's crazy. But we're going to their place.
They're actually making a return to the Champions League after 11 years out this year. Athletic,
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Basque team, as we know, and like you said, they'd made a decent start to La Liga. I think they won their first 3 games, although they did lose to who did they lose to? Was it Alaves?
Oh, okay.
Alaves they lost to at home in their last game. So not the best of performances going into this game. And I'm hearing that Nico Williams might be out.
Oh wow!
The game as well.
I didn't even know that. I was kind of reading some of what Inaki Williams was saying earlier. Who's obviously Nico Williams' older brother, and he was talking mostly about Zubimendi and Marino, who obviously played for Real Sociedad.
Oh yes, yeah.
Kind of in a similar region as Bilbao, I think. And they were just talking about how obviously he was saying how you know, they're going to be really up for it. But also, Bilbao are really excited to play Arsenal, and that they know already that we're a difficult team, and you know they're already, you know, he was giving it the good talk which you'd expect any player to say. But I don't know what you think about the game. I mean, are we looking at it? It is a 5:45. Is it something where you're saying, right, rotate the team?
That is a very good question. Actually, that was a question I was going to ask you, because after that outstanding performance against Forest, you were at the game.
I was there. Luckily,
you're better placed than most to talk about it. But I thought it was an outstanding performance, especially in the second half. I mean, for me, once Zubamendi scored that goal, which, let's face it, that was a brilliant goal. Once he broke the deadlock with that, then you could almost see the relief.
Yeah.
I mean, we were playing well up until that point, but then after that, we almost went into another gear.
I think, you know, if we think about it rightly, Mikel Merino had that chance right at the beginning. Matt Sells did really well. Like, we had some really good chances. I can't, other than Forest hit the post.
Yeah,
like, that's literally all they did. They didn't do anything else. So in that game, I felt very confident and comfortable throughout the whole game. Obviously, the team's on a high, and we've seen now that Saliba's back in training. Saka and Odegaard aren't in training, but basically other than them two, and obviously Kai Havertz and Jesus, obviously everyone else is training and looking fit. So
fit and ready to go.
Yeah, we got to just see what team we actually play for that game.
I mean, other than the injury to Odegaard, Saturday was almost all positive.
Yeah,
I mean,
there was nothing negative to say. That's what I said.
It was an excellent performance. Yeah. And for me, the 3-0 kind of flattered Forest. It could have been more than that.
Honestly, it could have been more. I mean, Gyökeres missed a chance, which I think he should have scored. He hit the post as well, which was a fantastic effort. You know, it could have been 5, really.
It could have been 5.
And I think that would have been more of a honest scoreline than the 3. But
and I think for me as well, what I was particularly pleased about as far as that game goes was not just the win, it was the manner of the victory.
Yes, we played.
I think we played the best football. Correct me if you think I'm wrong, but to me, that's the best we played all season.
I definitely
the 5-0 win against Leeds. We scored more goals in that game, but to me, the performance on Saturday was a lot more exhilarating.
Yeah.
We looked really good on the flanks with Madueke and Eze. And for me as well, Kenyah, that second goal for me, even though Zubamendi's was the highlight reel of that game, but that second goal for me was beautiful. And I'll tell you why. Because, number one, it came from down the left-hand side.
Yeah, exactly. Refreshing.
And it's so refreshing to see a winger or the person who was playing on the left side of the pitch forward for Arsenal make that cross, providing Gyökeres with the service that he's been crying out for. And if you notice that when Gyökeres scores that goal, he doesn't even celebrate.
Yeah, he went straight over to Eze. Yeah.
And I think that was quite poignant what he did there. He said, and he pointed, didn't he? He said, "This is what I want.
Exactly.
This is the service that I need."
Yeah. No, it was a great long ball from Calafiori to Eze.
Yeah.
And then Eze just does what he does.
First
time, crosses it in, intelligent cross, bang, in the goal. Like, do you know what I mean? And it was so, I think what was nice as well was that it was actually nice to see a transitional goal as well.
Exactly.
It's something different. Like, we've got a striker who basically just scored 50 goals and the majority of them were transitional, and we've actually played into his strength.
Exactly.
And we've seen what it's like now. Imagine if we do that every game and every moment, imagine how many goals he can get.
He will get 20 plus. If we give him the service, I'm convinced that he will score the goals. And to me, that second goal that we scored on Saturday was an example of what I've been talking about and what I've been saying to Arsenal fans, is that we need to play more to his strengths. I'm not saying we do that every single time,
of course,
but we need to see more examples of that when provide him with a service.
Exactly.
Do it early, and he'll be on the end of those chances. And he scored, and it was great.
Yeah,
and shout out Zubamendi as well, man of the match, 2 goals.
Great. I thought Madueke was great.
Yeah, but Madueke and Eze as well on the flanks. There were times in that second half, man, when they were getting me off my feet with some
look, and do you know what I was saying to my dad, what was great was that we weren't even out of first gear in that, I don't even think. We could have actually gone up gears. We could have gone up in intensity and press, and do you know what I mean? And I feel like we just looked very comfortable, very relaxed. We didn't overexert ourselves. But look how good we were, although we didn't overexert ourselves.
Exactly.
It's a really positive sign. And I just think, okay, imagine when we get a fully fit Saka back in. Imagine when we get a fully fit Odegaard back in, a fully fit Saliba back in. I'm really
talking
excited.
of Saliba, Mosquera, man, got to big him. What a performance.
I mean, it's crazy to me that so many other teams in our league especially needed a centre back and didn't look at this guy. We bought him for £13 million, and like he's never played a minute of the Prem before. He's 21 years old. We put him in against Liverpool. You don't even remember that William Saliba didn't play that game. You put him in against Nottingham Forest, which is no idiot team. Do you know what I mean? You think about they beat Liverpool last season. Think about they got a point off us last season as well. Like they're a very good team. It's
a seamless transition.
So seamless, so relaxed. Like you're starting to look at it like, wow, what an absolute steal. Like imagine I was watching that Chelsea game. I'm like, you guys could have dealt with someone like Mascara. Yeah. Liverpool could do with someone like Mascara's depth. Do you know what I mean? Even Man City, he's starting to look like a really good steal, man. A really good buy for sure.
And it's encouraging also because also the whole ethos of the team is built on a strong defence.
Yeah.
So when a guy like Saliba is not able to play, you want somebody that can come in and just, you know what I mean, make that seamless transition, and that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, exactly.
To the point where in the last couple of games I've not really mentioned Saliba's name. Yeah. It's only been after the game that I've noticed he's not been playing.
Exactly. That's my favourite player. That's, to me, one of our most important players. He's in the top 3 most important players in my opinion. And we know what it's like to miss him. We've missed him before, and we're like, oh my God, how are we going to cope? Now I'm just like, cool. No Saliba, we got Mascara. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? There's so many options to bring. Like, do you know what I mean? You got Timber, you got Ben White.
Your dad made a good quote. I saw a quote that your dad made after the Forest game.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the people that had come in and how well they played, and he said that it's a great problem for Mikel Arteta to have.
It's a great problem to have. It's an embarrassment of riches. You know what I mean? You're like, wow, which one do I choose now? It's almost like imagine having a garage full of sporting cars. And it's like, Rod, which should I drive today? Ferrari or Lamborghini? Rolls Royce Cullinan, or am I going for this? Do you know what I mean? That's how I see our defence right now. Even like Piero Hincapié, who we haven't even seen him play yet, but he's a great defender. The fact that we've got that option to play left centre back, play him as a left back, like we're actually very blessed in that department. So
absolutely,
yeah.
And long may it continue. Do we have any news on Odegaard, by the way?
I just saw that him and Saka didn't train today. I haven't seen anything else about how long he's going to be out, or if he's going to be out, if it's just a knock. So at this moment in time, no, I haven't seen anything else.
Right. It's okay then. So Saka and Odegaard obviously will be out. Do you know anything about Ben White?
Yeah, apparently Ben White didn't train today. So
didn't train either.
Again, probably not ready for Bilbao. And if I'm being honest, I wouldn't want to play. It's tough because I don't really want Timber to play either. But he's probably gonna have to play. I would, if I could have it my way, I'd rest Timber. But then maybe if you do that, you can maybe put Saliba back in and move Mascara right back if you wanted to. There's actually quite a few options to consider.
And don't forget as well, we got a very big game.
Yeah, we got Man City.
A few days after that, Man City. Man City obviously looked good yesterday.
Yeah, they got Napoli as well.
They'll be coming to the Emirates with some confidence.
They've got Napoli at home, so they've got that home advantage of like they've got 2 games at home. They don't have to travel. They're going to travel to us, obviously, but you know they're probably going to play a bit of a rotated team against.
I would imagine so.
Napoli, but they also have a few injury issues themselves, so we have to see what the team's going to be, what we're going to choose. But I don't know. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking it'll be a very similar side to the weekend, to be honest.
Do you see?
Because there are a few players we can't rest. For example, Gyökeres, he has to play.
Yeah. I think Gyökeres is definitely. That's why he came off so early.
Has to play. Eze has to play. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, is there an argument that you maybe rest Eze for Man City, and you bring in a Martinelli or a Trossard for that game?
Actually, you know what? That is a good point.
I'd expect to see. I actually want to see Declan Rice in this game, as well. He came on. He had limited minutes against Nottingham Forest. This is the good part now. Obviously, Norgard has trained, but we haven't seen Norgard at all this season for some reason, medically.
He looked good in pre-season.
Yeah, he looked really good in pre-season, but I'm not really sure why we've not seen him. I'm not sure what the actual.
Well, he was carrying a knock, what I heard.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what the nature of the injury is or anything like that. So maybe it might be a bit too soon for him to start. But I want to see Declan Rice start. Is that maybe, do you start Declan Rice and Zubimendi, or do you bench Zubimendi and give him rest? Like, there's a lot to consider, to be honest. But it's a good thing to consider for the manager. So yeah.
Yeah, and you think Nwaneri will come in for?
Oh yeah. I don't expect Martin to play at all. If I'm being honest, Martin Odegaard.
No, but do you think that Nwaneri will get the number 10 berth?
Yeah. I'd be shocked if he doesn't, to be honest, unless you're putting Eze there.
Yeah.
This is a good. Do you know what I mean? It's actually quite nice to think. Wow. Before it's like, right, it's either this guy or that's it. Now it's like, wow, there's actually a lot of options to consider. There's Martinelli, Trossard, Eze, Ethan, Miles, Piero. There's so many different players that you could actually play in different positions. But all I know is that I expect us to.
I kind of think you might go with Martinelli on the left-hand side, given Martinelli's prodigious work rate and the work he does defensively as well. When you're playing away from home,
I think
you might not get as much of the ball as we would normally get.
I think
you might opt for Martinelli on that left-hand side.
I think as well, I want to say Bilbao play like a back five as well. Like, I think, I'm not 100% sure. I want to say they play a back five. So maybe having someone like Martinelli would be good because he'll be running at them a lot. Yeah. And as well, like, no offence to Bilbao, if Man United are beating them 7-1 on aggregate, I expect us to beat them comfortably as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they are a very good team, but we already know in the Champions League, I don't know, this pace of it is a bit different compared to the Prem. There's more space. You're a bit more fortunate in the Champions League because teams give you a bit more space. So,
I mean, we beat them 3-0 in the Emirates.
I can't remember who scored in this. Your career scored in that for sure. I can't remember who else, to be honest. But yeah, we'll just have to see what the team is, and hopefully, I mean, I'm quite happy with what it could be, as long as some players maybe get a bit of rest, for sure. But
yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I think pretty much any team that Mikel Arteta puts out, and again, I need to frame this with a degree of respect and caution, but I do think that we are a better side than them.
Yeah, I do as well.
I don't think that's unreasonable to suggest, so I'm thinking that any team that he puts out, in my view, should be enough to get the job done.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't think that's me disrespecting them.
No. Look, they've got players that can hurt us.
Sides,
for sure. Yeah, they've got players that hurt us.
Stronger squad.
Yeah.
Beating them already. I know it's a Emirates Cup game, but even so, it was pretty comfortable, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then we'd lost the 2 games before that anyways in the pre-season, do you know what I mean? So they kind of came at a good time to beat us, if anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I expect us to have a comfortable performance, and I want us to win comfortably. No injuries, please. Don't overexert yourself. We've got the even bigger game on the weekend against Manchester City. We have to show up in that. They're obviously on a high as well themselves after beating Man United, but they've also got a really tricky game against Napoli during the week, which is much harder opposition than Athletic Bilbao. No offence.
Let me ask, what did you think of City? Was it a case that they were really good, or United were really bad, or a combination of both?
I think the tactics that City deployed were really good. They kind of wowed all of us. Do you remember when we beat Spurs 3-2? We kind of played like that as well, where we were like, cool, we're just going to let you have the ball. We were just like, cool, we'll let you have the ball. And they kind of said to Man United, we know you're not really going to do anything with it. We already know that your chances of scoring already are very, very low. They just said, you have the ball, and then every time they got the ball, they just, in transition, were just completely deadly. And I think the tactics were spot on, but I still saw moments like, right, that midfield, Rodri's maybe not 100% to what he was before his injury, which is no diss to him because he had a really serious injury. It takes time to come back after a ACL, but I think a better team would be getting at that midfield, like a Brighton, which we saw already. Do you know what I mean? And I saw their fullback areas, like I saw Kuzanov, and I was like,
they could be touched.
I was like, yo, man, a better player on Kuzanov would have cooked him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Kuzanov doesn't give me the greatest vibe.
Yeah, like he's to be fair, he's a young player, but like he's a young player. He doesn't really speak the language. Like he still needs time to, acclimatise and that. But I think it's a mixture of both. I think Man United were very poor. Other than Mbeumo, everyone else was rubbish. Simple as that.
Well, very, very well said. I mean, I did a watch along for the game on DR Sports, and what I noticed that United actually made a decent start to the game.
Yeah, they did. They started off the first 10 minutes or
10, 15 minutes they started off well, but then they faded. And once City scored that first goal, that was pretty much it for them. You didn't see a way back for them. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But in the meantime, like I said, this is going to be a bit of a challenge for Arsenal. I would make them favourites.
Yeah,
I mean, we do have to say that Bilbao are a decent side, especially at home. As I said, they'd won their first 3 games before slipping up at home, ironically, to Alaves, I think it is. Which is a bit of a blow for them. But I do think they'll be different come tomorrow night when we play them. I think so
as well.
I think that they will be happy with a draw.
Yeah. I mean, look, you said that's their first game back for 11 years, right?
In the Champions League.
Yeah, in the Champions League. Their fans, the players are going to be really happy and really gassed up for that. As we, if you think back to when we were coming back to the Champions League, I think we played, I don't know, PSV or something?
Yeah.
Something at home. We slapped them up. You got the energy of the fans and everybody. They had a really good season last season and want to build off that. They've been able to keep their best player, Nico Williams. But I still expect us to go and get the job done. Be professional.
Yeah, and we're riding off a high, innit? I mean, they're coming off of a loss. We are coming off a win. I would say our most impressive performance so far.
Yeah, for sure.
And man, we got to ride that wave, which is why I don't think there'll be too many changes. I think you'll want to certainly start with a strong team, try and get the job done. And then if we are a couple of goals up or things are looking good, then I think you can introduce changes as the match goes on.
Yeah.
Because we do have to also acknowledge that we're one injury away from not having a striker. So
yeah, man, exactly.
That's why he took Gyökeres off.
Yeah.
Towards the end of that game.
That's why we've kept Trossard, because obviously Havertz is out as well for an indefinite amount of time. Jesus is out, but Trossard can also play as a false 9. Mikel Merino can play as a false 9, as we've seen. So, yeah, we just please no more injuries.
That's the scary thing, because like I said, a few days after that we got City.
Yeah.
But I am positive about this particular game. I do think that we can beat Bilbao. I did reference the pre-season game. I know it was only a pre-season game, but I must admit I didn't see anything that Bilbao produced that day that would frighten me or intimidate me. I know it will be different tomorrow. I know they're better at home. It's Champions League return for them after X amount of years, so they'll be up for it. But I still think on balance, Arsenal have the quality. I'm going to go for Arsenal. I'm going to go for us to beat them 2-0.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. 2-0. Just very, not a conservative win, but just professional, clean, just does our job, get our 3 points essentially and go home.
That's exactly. And listen, in the Champions League last season, we played some of our better games.
Yeah, we did. I think we were most professional in the Champions League, especially when it came to
I actually think the Champions League stuff kind of suits us.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
It does.
So,
because we've got a wicked defence.
See. I'm expecting us to see quite a bit of the ball as well.
Yeah.
So, I'm confident. So, I'm going 2-0. Kenya's going 2-0.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like you said, professional job, come back to England, get ready for Sunday, potentially an even bigger game on Sunday against City at home. But Kenyah, thanks so much.
That's so good.
As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for more notifications of videos on this channel. Take care. We are out.